afternoon, everyone. My name is Annalisa Fetch. Job interviews can be some of the most important events in a person's life. They can completely change a career. With the weight that a job interview holds, it's obvious that someone would want it to go well. There are a few tips and techniques that you can follow to come across effectively and have a successful interview. Be prepared when coming to your interview, manage your impression, and know how to answer questions. Let's take a look at each of these in more detail. The easiest way to start being successful in a job interview is to do some pre-interview preparation. Make sure you have a resume ready for the recruiter. A resume is a document that showcases the job applicant's skills and abilities. This can include, but is not limited to, work experience, education, and skills. It should also have an objective statement, which can change depending on the job you apply to. Another way to be prepared for an interview is to think about some of the commonly asked interview questions. Googling common interview questions pulls up a whole slew of questions that might be asked. They're typically open-ended or questions that ask what you would do in a certain situation. It may also be helpful to look into the company that you're applying to. This allows you to see what they look for in future employees and highlight those skills during your interview if you have them. Coming to your interview prepared allows you to begin to be successful before the interview even begins. Impression management is another way to come off as effective and have a successful interview. Impression management is making steps to changing the way you look in other people's eyes, to making you look positive. First impressions are extremely important. It's been said that candidates that make a good impression within the first 5 minutes of a job interview have a 75% chance of being hired. The first thing an employer will notice about you is how you're dressed. Being well-dressed and well-groomed is essential. People often perceive individuals who are poorly groomed as not having a good self-image and not being prepared for a job. Impression management also includes how you conduct yourself. Be positive, no matter how nervous you are, but be yourself. Make sure to talk about yourself in a good way, but don't over-exaggerate your abilities. Recruiters often also like it when candidates smile and make eye contact. This shows that you have confidence in yourself and your abilities to do well on the job. Managing your impression is a way to come off effective and successful during a job interview. And while appearance is important, content is key while answering questions. Recruiters should remember to only ask questions that are legal and non-discriminatory, and candidates should only answer what they feel comfortable with. When answering questions, make sure to give detail and don't go too fast. However, only give the important details and don't go running off on tangents. According to the academic decathlon 7-minute interview, it should take about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes to get through each question. This allows you to answer in full detail but to not go overboard. It also allows the recruiter to think of follow-up questions to your answers. Remember that a good interview should feel more like a conversation between the interviewer and the candidate, and not like an interrogation session. So remember, be yourself, be positive, keep it simple where it needs to be, but elaborate where you think is necessary. Interviews can be scary. However, these tips and techniques can help relieve some of the pre-interview anxiety that is often associated with the process. Being prepared helps you have the confidence to walk into the room. Managing your impression, showing friendliness, can help you make a great first impression, and knowing how to answer questions gives you that extra edge. Overall, remember that there are other people applying to the same job as you who are likely just as nervous as you are. Also, this probably won't be your last job interview. However, hopefully these tips and techniques help you get called back for that second interview or even get the job. Thank you.